compliant. Ninze wange bajje batubali. Ategwe, what are you doing? Gwaliye Kampala. Of course, you guys that are not in Kampala, you have nothing to do. We are not going to count you. But I'm thinking when they go to your home, they'll ask, okay, Mwina yali eburaya. Muyombia Mark, good morning. Antonio Random Things, Serikos Touch. I'm back to where I belong. This is home for the love of cars. Mr. Arthur, good morning. Mujebali Medium. I get time for recap. I mean, to see me Eddie Nathan, Mugalasi Joshua Mix Farm. Guys, it's Question Friday. I have my computer here. And also as I work on stuff that I'm working on here, today, as I work on stuff here, I want to take notes of the things that you tell me. I gave you my very first question. It's literally the only question that I have today. What should I create independent videos about? Not reviews. Leave the reviews alone. The reviews are there already to the but something that a concept that you think about cars definitely that we should explore. Yes. What are the concepts? Hi, Sevogwao. Today is Friday, but today is the day the census begins, and I'm hoping that because it's the day they have deployed enough people. The government has the resources. If they had wanted, they would do the census in a day. But there are institutions that have let people go for 10 days for census. Apparently, some institutions believe that people should go back to their villages and be counted there. But if you live in Gayaza right now, they count you from Gayaza, and they say this one is a citizen of Gayaza. Good morning, Chris Da Vinci, Ronald Mucha, good morning. And yesterday, I think the president addressed the nation. Did anyone watch the State of the Nation address? I did not. I love sleeping. So when I come home and I'm tired, I got home at 11. So when I get home and I'm tired, I simply go to bed. That's what I do because Anthony Chiza, the audiences are different. But even here, I speak a lot of Uganda. But the TikTok audience is different from the audience here. So that's why you see you have come here. Not everyone comes here. It's just a few people that come here. Yeah, so guys, what do you want me to do videos about? It could be something that you've never heard of someone do. It could be something you've seen done, but you want it done in my way, and I could do a bit, not reviews, definitely. Yeah. Today is really not a holiday, but because it wasn't really announced, but this is the day they start doing census. So many, the schools, like my kids today did not go to school because it's census. And normally when my kids don't go to school and it's not a weekend, it's the day that I get to sleep a little extra, because on the days that I have to take my kids to school, I wake up at 4:30. And it doesn't matter what time I sleep, whether I sleep at midnight or I sleep at 1 a.m., I have to wake up at 4:30. Now, the days they don't go to school, I can sleep up to around 6 because I have to come and do the broadcast if it's a weekday. Now, on the weekends also, I can't sleep long because I either have to run, which happens at 6:20 around there, or I have a gig. If I have a gig, I still can't run. And then I still have to wake up very early in the morning. So weekends are not really my days for resting. So if then I think that the most that I sleep is I sleep up to, but there are days I choose not to run and I sleep up to around 9 a.m. Yeah, but it's not a holiday. It's for some organizations, they have decided to just have the holiday, and they have decided to just have it a holiday, and people have not gone to work. You get, and for some organizations, they have actually, like government organizations, they have decided to let people go home for 10 days. You get, some organizations though, not all of them. Yeah, so you tell me what you think I should, what you think we should do videos about. Yeah, what we should do videos about, and I'll definitely be able to do it. And then you can ask your questions as well. Today is Question Friday for the guys that don't know. So all the questions that I've been refusing to do, to answer the past few days. I can answer today without fail. And if I can't answer, I have people here who can answer. There are so many people from different backgrounds, people that have training and education in different backgrounds. So regardless of what you're asking about, you can ask and you'll get an answer. Tunaire Rogers, how are you? How are you guys doing? So who bought a car without giving me pre-purchase inspection money? Share your experience. Tell us which car you bought, why you bought it, what you like about it. I've realized that all along the way, the time that I've been doing pre-purchase inspection, Ugandans buy cars mostly for three reasons. One, a Ugandan will buy a car if it's reliable. Yeah, that's like a very big reason. But the biggest reason why Ugandan would choose a car would be fuel consumption. Basically, in Uganda, we don't really make a lot of money. Even the people that make a lot of money, hi Mark, Joseph, Africa Carota. In Uganda, even the people that make a lot of money, the money is not really that much. Of course, the taxes, leave the taxes alone. The cost of living is a little high, according to the person that lives in Uganda. So Ugandans are literally looking for a car that doesn't consume a lot of fuel. That's reason number one. Two, they want a car that is reliable. And by reliable, Ugandans mean it won't be breaking down all the time. I don't have to visit the garage all the time. Which is why there are some people that were forced to buy a Mercedes-Benz, because there is a theory that Mercedes-Benz, yes, the spare parts are very expensive, but once you buy it, you have bought it and it won't break down for like 2 to 3 years. So there are people that bought Mercedes-Benz because of that. Yeah. And there are people that have bought Mark X's, Mark II Grands, Mark II Musotas because they well, I know I've driven a Mark II before. It doesn't break down. It's one car that you'll drive for a year. The only thing you have to keep checking every like 6 months will be the ball joints. But the Mark II Grand, Mark II Musota, and Mark X, you can drive it for a year and it hasn't broken anything up. But so reliability, fuel consumption, those are number one reasons why people will choose a car over another. Then of course now there is a breed of Ugandans that are buying a car. There is a breed of Ugandans that buys a car based on how it makes them look in public. I'm not one of them, not anymore at least. I once you learn that the public doesn't care, people don't care what car you drive. People don't care. People don't care how much you bought your car. Yes, they talk about it, but they don't really give a damn. So 3 main reasons why people buy cars: fuel consumption, reliability, and by reliability, fuel consumption, they want a car that doesn't consume more than they can afford. Of course, now the cars that don't consume more than you can afford will be the Vitz and Paso. I'm telling you from experience. And of course, even the Vitz and the Paso don't give you me personally, I like the Vitz because it's compact. As a matter of fact, I will go back to a Vitz. I'll go back to a Vitz because it's really compact, very easy to wash, very easy to maneuver. It's when you drive the Vitz, you feel like, okay, you can really handle it. Which take it around the corners, 81 Vitz. So I think I like the Vitz. Whether it's a 1 liter or a 1.5 or a 1.3 liter, I think I like all of them. Of course, a 1.3 liter will give you power, but I think the 1 liter, if you buy the 1 liter and you buy it in good condition, I find that 1 liter will give you performance that you're not really thought you could get. Yeah, so you guys, it's Question Friday. You can ask your questions and also suggest the videos I can do things I can do videos about. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Well, Arthur, how about you start live stories broadcast? This could be a motivation to open-minded people. This could be once monthly. People can air what they were down, when they were down and they rose up. Okay, guys, I think this is something we could do on the live broadcast. Someone chooses that, you know what, I want to be part of the broadcast. And then I invite you you remember how I invited Dr. Jonathan? And then Dr. Jonathan was on the live broadcast. That's something we could share. I want to have more interfaces with Dr. Jonathan where you could ask questions. We could have us ask it's just that Dr. Jonathan, we could have a session where you ask the doctor stuff, then you get free consults. Hey. Then, but Bernardo Odongo, you guys who buys into Bernardo Odongo's, because I find that Forget about motivational speakers when they come and tell you stuff, don't do this, don't do that. And you guys, I've realized one thing. We millennials, and millennials are people that were born during up to 1996, I think. And people that are 30, 40 there, I've found that millennials are going to face one problem in the future. We as millennials, in the future, we may end up not having homes. Millennials are no longer believing in building homes. They don't believe in buying land. Many millennials, by the way, if you're one of the millennials and you still believe in that, you're one of the few. But there are so many millennials that believe, let me sell everything I have. I want to be able to start over from anywhere. You get, I want to only own a mattress. There's so many millennials that believe that. You get, and I find that it's not a very good thing for us, especially if you're going to be having children and you have a mindset like that. And maybe if you don't come from a rich family, if you come from a rich family, then you have the luxury of saying, I will not buy land, I'll not build a home. You get, but if you don't come from a rich family like me, definitely I think you should think about buying land and building a house for your family, for your kids at least. I enjoy your sessions, bro. Can you help me and compare for me investment in truck business and taxi vehicle business in terms of profits? Okay. I think I've talked about this before. I even did several videos. Now, I've told you some time back, my cousin yali avuga lole n'avaayo. And we had a session where he was talking back to us. And I also did a video with a Mosei for the guys that have seen it. Truck business, for you to buy a truck for business, unless you're buying a Sino truck. Because Sino trucks have gigs. You can even lend it out to the Chinese and they pay Chinese companies that construct roads. But these other trucks, Manya, Isuzu Elf, Kanta, those trucks, tippers, all. I find that in the past, these lorries used to make money because hardwares did not have trucks, supermarkets did not have means of transport, the big supermarkets at least. It's you guys that bought lorries that transported sand. But let me give you an example. This way where I live, we have a hardware called Cheap General Hardware, Cheap Kavle Hardware. This guy has over 10 trucks. Some trucks take sand, some trucks take building materials. Do you know that you're competing with such a guy? He's the guy that used to give you work. You get it? Now he has his own trucks, so there's no business for you there. And all hardwares now have trucks. Some hardwares have even bought the trailers. So there is no job there for you. Go to supermarkets. Supermarket owners now have their own. People are buying Ipsams, G-Tourings, Pro Boxes to transport their own stuff. So why is going to be a business for you? Now, when you go back to you shifting people no longer shift with stuff. Like if I was to shift from this home, I would leave everything here, go and buy new stuff. That's the generation that we are living in. When I move into a new home, I want to move in with new furniture. So people no longer want to move with their old furniture because it's old, it even looks bad. So when I'm moving, if I really don't want to get money out of it, I just bring the people that buy old stuff and I say, okay, maker. You get it? And I just get my kids' clothes. We go buy a new bed, buy new mattresses, and we move into the new home. You get, and that's literally where we are going. So it's and the guys even that sell furniture now they offer free delivery. Do you realize that everything you buy now in Kampala there is free delivery? So if there is free delivery, nobody gives free delivery if they don't have a free form of transport. And the guys that don't offer free delivery are the very few ones. So Solomon, I find that the truck business, unless you have a business that you want to complement with the truck, maybe you have a hardware and you decide to buy a truck that if people buy cement, you give them free delivery, they just buy fuel. Or if you have like a furniture business, that if people buy furniture from you, then you give them transport, you get it. But other than that, I find that the truck might not be a good. But the taxi, let's go to the taxi. Taxis are something that could do for you. We bought a taxi with one of the members here, and he has not complained to me about anything. He hasn't. I find that the taxi, because it gives him 90,000 a day. I have to look at the agreement. because I have the agreement here. Where is it? I have the agreement that we wrote when we were buying the Chigege. Where did I put that agreement? I have the agreement that would tell me when it started working, but the car has been reporting money since it started working. It hasn't broken down, and I have the guy's driving permit. I have the guy's Ndagamount here, the driver. Of course, it has broken down a few times, but it has been fixed like within a day and it went back to work. You get? So I find that Chigege would definitely do you better. You just have to buy a good one. You get? So, and then me, I don't calculate business in terms of profits. I do return. For the guys that do mathematics, you've heard of the break-even analysis. You want to see when, if you do a business, when does it start making profit? When does it stop making profit, losses? You get when you break even and stuff. So normally that's the model I would try to make you do. Go and explore that model. Now, that model, we cover it in the digital marketing class. Why? Most times when people come to learn digital marketing, they forget that you have to market for a business that you have targets, and the break-even model also helps people get targets. Like, okay, we have to sell this much to break even. We have to sell this much to start making profit and all that. And then you budget you create your marketing budget accordingly. You get. So I find that I find that Chigege will definitely do for you, but you have to do your numbers. And a good Chigege will be about 30 million. That's a fact. 30 million and above. But if you have like 45, 50, you can get a drone. Travel Live Vlog, good morning. Balvids, good morning. Is it okay? Do a question now. I'm debating of buying either Forester 2010 or X-Ray 2011. What's the technical advice? No, I can give you free consultation here, Anthony. It's only when you call me that you have to pay me like a 50K for consultation. And of course, I do pre-purchase inspection where you pay 450K. I come with a mechanic and we choose the best option for you. Yeah, but here it's free, definitely. So Chiza, you want the two comparisons? I definitely tell you to go for a Forester. The X-Trails have their own challenges. Now, I've had people say that the newer X-Trails don't have trouble, but a 2011 car will not give you trouble because 2011 cars are being bought now. Trouble with the X-Trails come when the cars start getting old. That's when you start getting troubles with electronics. You guys start getting troubles with gearboxes. You start getting troubles with engines. The engine, you get it. But the Foresters are as reliable as Toyota. So I would definitely recommend that you buy a Forester. Even in the market, I'm sure you already know that the Forester is more expensive than the X-Trail. And the only reason you're considering the X-Trail is because when you look at the prices, the X-Trail is lower in price, right? So go for the Forester. You'll enjoy. Guys, I have to upload the Forester 2008 review I did. I did a review of the Forester 2008 and it's comfortable. Finally, I found a Forester that I find to be comfortable. And I also loved the driving experience. It's just that I find that Subarus have finish that is not luxurious. You get the Subaru finish is not as luxurious as I would want for a car that is as expensive as the Forester 28. Nkolede omukono ate nga nkoye nga ngunjise n'okuyika maze nakubiri nga sikola. For the last 2 days I come home very late. You get but I'm going to lift a little today. Engumi heve lulina kubanga kilo 2 kati jemanye ngumi kuba nsitula kilo 15 wano kati bwe masula kilo 15 you can imagine how much strength I have here. Ate nkuba ne squat bubinyo waliwo bulanges Chris Fitness bwe yandaga bwe yali e Kampala mbukola Chris yankola langes ennaku zino zikola na kila 4 Mr. Solomon Joshua akugambye buy a taxi, it's a daily income if it's in good hand. Truck business doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Thank you, Joshua. Is it necessary to own a car even if you're not financially stable as long as you need it in your daily routines? And Kati Joseph Valikudem, I find that if you need a car in your daily routines, you're definitely financially not bad. People that don't need cars in their lives are people that are not financially okay. Like a person that cannot afford a taxi fare should not buy a car. Of course, now me, I find that I cannot afford a taxi fare because it's an inconvenience. Even when I have the money, I don't think I want to take a taxi. It's inconveniencing. Maybe if I have a taxi, normally when I take a taxi, I need like an hour to recover. So, but Joseph, I don't know what you mean not financially stable. If the car helps you with your work, you definitely need a car. That's if the car helps you with your work, you definitely need a car. If it doesn't help you with your work, there's one thing that if I were to rent again, I would rent near my workplace. I would definitely rent near my workplace, and so that I can walk there and save money. I would definitely have a car, but I would walk to work. Like, if I were to rent again, I find that there is no reason to rent and also drive fuel. That's me. That if I'm going to rent a house of 450,000 in, let's say, Chira, and I work at Nasa Road, and at Nasa Road, I can get a house maybe on Nkrumah Road, or I can get a house around Buganda Road where I can rent it at 1.5 million shillings. I would definitely rent the house on Buganda Road at 1.5 million shillings so that I walk there. You get? And this is, but the Indians that rent normally rent near their workplaces so they can ride a bicycle or even walk there. You get? So if I were to rent again, I would definitely rent near my workplace so that I walk there, and then probably get a shuttle for my kids for school. You get? Then you don't have a lot of inconvenience. The shuttle comes for the kids at home. After the shuttle has taken the kids, then you walk to work. I find that makes sense to me, but I've been in conversations where people say they work in town, and they are renting a house of 600,000. Now there are things that maybe but you rent a house of 600k, then you spend around $1 million shillings in fuel. Why don't you just rent a house of 1.5 near your workplace where you can walk? So, but that's my thought. I think, but it always keeps my mind. If I were to rent again, I'll definitely do that. I'd make sure I can walk to work. Then someone will say, you find a middle ground. You find a middle ground where you save fuel. For example, but majority of people work in town, all of them. And if they don't work in town, one of them works in town and the other works from home. That's like the trend that I've seen with most people. The guys that have helped inspect cars, for example, they come and the guy probably is a software engineer and he works from home, and then the woman goes to town. Now, if your woman goes to town and you work from home, you rent a house of like 1.5 near their workplace so that they just walk to work. Like there are buildings in town that have apartments up there. You just rent an apartment up there. I find that it will give you peace. You get it? But Joseph, if you need a car in your daily routines, then you definitely need to buy a car. A car is a necessity for the people that know. A car is no longer a luxury. In Morocco, see luxury, guys. Like people like me, now a second car is a necessity. I need to have a second car on call. But when I need a car, instead of renting a car at 150, nzokusinga okujjawo emmotoka ate tukenga njetaga ebintu byokurenting emmotoka. You can even look to rent a car nga teriiwo. Then you have to order for Uber. Like the last time we were shooting a film and we were deep down in Garuga, probably an Uber would not even come there to pick you up because then it doesn't make sense for them. You get it? And then you struggle. But if you have your own car, you just call the driver. You get. So it depends on why you need the car. You get. But me, the first reason I told you that when I bought my first car, I was already doing the performances, and we were doing performances in primary schools. And the day that I decided I was going to buy a car, one of my colleagues, I sat in his car. He was talking on phone with his girlfriend. We were late. We came from class together, so we were late. He was on phone with his girlfriend. He was giving me a lift. And I told him, you know what, we are late. And the guy told me, Arthur, I will chase you out of my car. I'm talking to my girlfriend. And that day, I decided I was going to buy a car, and I was never going to stop having a car, because a car is, for me, it was a necessity. And the next season, I had a car, and I never had to beg for transport ever again. So we would move to performances whenever we wanted, and I've never been there without a car. You get it? Cats the Dawn, good morning. Godfrey Tambala, good morning. Deep in Coffee. JK, yeah, that's very true about people of our ages. They don't want to build houses, Arthur, and live a carefree life, not a careless life. Good morning. I suggest you have a guest speaker at least once a week who would speak on a topic of his or her Good, thank you. Thank you, Fred. So when you were down, then a guest speaker once a week. Thank you. Let me note those things down, by the way. Where's my docs? You guys, but you know life is getting easier, eh? Life is getting easier. Why? You used to have install software on the computer, and yeah, we used to have to install software on the computer and do stuff. But right now, if you have internet connection, there are apps on the internet for everything, eh? Right now, you can have a business management system on the computer, human resource, contracting, blah, blah, blah. And we have just deployed that system at my workplace. Eh? So I can control the business from wherever I am. I can look at the numbers. And of course, these are things that we are just adopting as a country. You get it? Let me look at this other one here. So guys, it's Question Friday. Ask the questions. We are answering. Fena to them. Right, good morning, my people. It's a Question Friday. Abali Kampala, make sure abakubala. It's important for planning, by the way. It's very important for planning. I find that the sensitization was done later. Okay. Bukenya Abe, good morning. Sebulgwao made the other compare Wish new model and Fielder. I would go with the Wish. Why? I find that the Wish is, well, even the Fielder is not priced badly, but I find that the Wish will give you better value for money. It looks even nicer than the Fielder. And then it gives you extra seats. Huh? So it gives you extra boot, and then it's longer. I find that the longer the car, the bigger the boot space. It's automatic, and then the bigger the space in here. And also, I find that the Fielder is too. Now the Fielder, Karen's Fielder, and I no longer like it that much. It's too common, and then it's too ordinary in here. The Wish gives you more luxury at the same price. So the Wish definitely. And then the Wish, all the Wishes, the 2010s have all Valvematic, but then there are Fielders that have VVTi. And then you may be forced to buy a VVTi Fielder because you don't have a lot of money. You get it. But if you can get a Valvematic Fielder, good, well and good. But the Wish Valvematic is good enough. It gives you very good consumption. Solomon is saying, Arthur and all people here, thank you for responding to my question. I really love you all, guys. Let's enjoy the session. Paka kuulira bulungi. Adams, good morning. Nathan, naye the lunges are very effective. Nyo, the lunges are good. How much is a Wish new model? Wish teri million nga 3.6. I think that's the price. We have not bought it long. I've lost 7 kgs. No exercise in the last 2 months. I, however, moved around a lot at the year doing supervision. Atka to walking, JK walking. I think that's why the Samsung even has the step counter. Walking is a form of exercise. If you walk. Hey, but 7 kg is that nice. That's nice. Eh? 7 kgs in 2 months without exercise. That's big. Do you know how people struggle to lose just 2 kgs? There are times I used to run every day. Like I would run like 5 kilometers every day, but I barely lost 2 kgs. For 7 kgs, you must have obadde okola nnyo JK. Ate nga si kudduka buddusi n'okuli obadde olya kitono. You get 7 kgs is big. You guys, do you know what it means to lose 7 kgs? That's big. Congrats if you wanted to lose the weight. Congrats. I have a friend of mine who says he would never lose his weight because like he's big. The girls see him as being rich, so he doesn't want to lose his weight. Arthur, you had a sound system for events. Tell us about that business. I think I wasn't lucky. There are businesses where I've never really been lucky. That's why, like every business I've done and I realized I wasn't lucky, I would never do it again. I wasn't lucky with sound. I even had a live band. I think there are even videos of my live band and me singing. I even had a live band, and I don't think I was lucky there. But I also find that so many people do bands and then they exit in like 2 years. There was a friend of mine, the guy that used to write my songs, used to have a band also. It used to be called Zawuka. It existed, I think, for like 1 year. Very talented people, and then I think the manager left. The manager married, the manager who was a woman married the best player who was a man, and then they left. I went, I think, to Sweden. Yeah. And then there was another band called, it was the biggest then. And they also, the manager who was a woman also married the guy who was also a bass player, and then they left, they went to Europe, and also that band stopped. So the biggest bands that used to exist then all shut down. My band wasn't one of the biggest, but it was there also. We traveled around a little. And I think I calculate a lot. And when math doesn't make sense to me, I leave. And I think the business that I did the longest was the sound system. And when I moved to Kasangati, to my house, when I constructed my house, I decided I wasn't moving with that sound system. I sold it. I sold everything there and then. And then I moved. Even the band equipment, I sold those equipments there and then I moved to my new house. And the math just didn't make sense for me for some time. Of course, there are people that have made money out of the sound system, but I also know people that have sound systems and they get money from elsewhere and fund the sound system. You get it? It's a capital intensive thing. If you don't have a lot of capital to get the very best equipment, you may still not make money. So you need to get the very best equipment, partner with the very best people in events like decorators, food people, tent guys. And if you have tent, sound, and chairs and decoration, even if you don't do decoration, but you have tents, chairs, and sound, you can make money. I know of people that have tent, sound, and chairs. They make money, but I don't really think they make that much, because even the owners of the system have to do businesses to still make sense. So and for me, just the math did not make sense to me. Like, you do a function, you're given, let's say, 600,000, and then you have to pay the DJ about, let's say, 100,000 or 8. And I'm one person that believes in paying people good money. I don't want for someone to work with me and then 50 years down the road they say, oh, I used to work with Arthur and he did not pay me enough, and this is why I'm like this. You've seen those guys. 50 years and he hasn't done anything for himself, and then he's saying, oh, I used to work with it, and then I say, oh, Arthur, wakolanga no mwana, they did not, you get it? You see how they are. I don't. That's why I normally work with people part-time, because I don't want you to work with me full-time and say, oh, I work with you full-time and then I did not get enough money, so I pay for hours. Normally I pay hourly. So and I think one of the weaknesses I had was I treated people so well. After rehearsals for the band, normally band rehearsals take place at night. After the rehearsals, because for people that have things to do during the day, after rehearsals, I would drive everyone to their home. I think I used to drive a Chikumi. I would drive everyone to their homes. And I thought that it was a nice thing, because we did not really have a lot of money to give people allowance every day. And because of that, I decided that, oh, let me drive everyone to their home and then come back and sleep. And still people did not really like it. And still the money that they were getting wasn't really that much, because even the band gigs were not giving us a lot of money. And then along the way, I just decided, okay, I'm done with the band. I'm done. And I just shut down the band. And yeah. And then I kept the sound system. And the sound system would get gigs. And then for some time, I just realized that sound system wasn't making financial sense for me. You get a gig of 600,000, you come with a generator, and they give you like 400,000, and then the Mogole disappears, and then you don't get the 200,000, and then you stay there. And then sometimes you have a contract with the Mogole to do a function. They say by 6 p.m. you can shut off the equipment, and then you shut off the equipment, and then they stone you. I can't forget this one time. I went to school with one of Bobby Wine's stepbrothers, and on his graduation, Bobby Wine has sound system, and Bobby Wine at the sound system at what's that beach, Busabala. They refused to give this guy sound system. They were asking for 2 million. So the guy says, Arthur, in a sound system. I was a classmate at that time. I think I just did not know how to calculate this business. So he says, Arthur, and I said, okay. I thought to myself, okay, maybe I even had to go to the graduation. So if I go and give him sound system, he gives me like a 600K, it's okay. And of the 600,000, I bought, I think, a jerrycan, because at Bobby Wine's home, they didn't have power then. I bought some fuel for the generator, And then I took the sound system, I paid the DJ. I had some guys that come with me. I also paid them. And my worst experience was at that place. They gave his brother money to buy fuel, a full jerrycan of fuel, petrol, for the generator. The guy did not buy a fuel jerrycan. He bought half a jerrycan. And I think this guy thought I'm the one who stole the money. And at night, because we were classmates, I think that's something I can never forget. He started saying, Arthur Besent Zamafuta, with my other classmates, because we were classmates. We came, so he was telling my other classmates, Arthur Besent Zamafuta, Tuamwade, Simanya Mitwara, Kumineta, and Agurama Futichi Domala Chidamba, Teyachuguze, Yazi, Bichi, and then word kept going around. And me, I don't keep quiet about stuff. And then the next morning, his brother, he died now. He used to be the manager of their father's estate. He died, and then this guy took over now. And then his brother came in the morning and said, Bari Bamuita doctor. He's the guy that bought the Terrano that gave them trouble. Normally, when I talk about Terrano, that's experience I'm literally referring to. I think, so then the brother comes in the morning and says, you know what, Arthur Kusentes, to Dize, I asked them, you guys gave me 600,000. I even bought fuel. I transported. You know Gomba. Gomba is really far. So I transport equipment there. I pay the guys that I came with. I have to transport the equipment back to Kampala. I even bought fuel. And you want me to give you back money. And I was really hurt because sent it as once. And then we came back to Kampala. And then even Mike Ayongeza engine blew. And it was smoking, you get. And I think that's literally the last gig I did, serious gig I did. I decided, no, I'm done with sound equipment. You get. And yeah. Okay, I did a bunch of gigs. I did a gig for this place where the Vice President Pokenya lives in Namayumbe, deep there. And that gig also gave me a very bad experience. We had a generator. They did not have power. The generator blew the amplifiers. And then repairing the amplifiers, the cost was higher than what they even paid me for the function. I just decided, no. The sound system for me did not work. Like you go for a gig, and then one equipment dies and you have to spend literally half the money you made there to fix it. Sound system nedda. Do owners of cars you inspect and approve give you some appreciation? Yeah, some guys give me appreciation fee. Some guys like JK atutwale natugulira KFC mirundi ebiri. And for me the fee is definitely enough if we work within the time frame we have planned. But some people actually appreciate. Yes. Hey, you're talking about the owners, the guys that are selling. The guys that are selling are very, very, very there. Because I think we negotiate. But sometimes actually we inspect cars and afterwards the guy says, you get? Yeah, but the guys that are selling cars, of course there are guys that offer you money, especially when their cars are not that good. They just want the car to get out of the way. You get? But I try to limit that because then you become a broker and that spoils the entire business model. My business model is not built around making money from the other side. Yeah. Any thoughts on the Toyota Blade 2.4 VVTi? Is it a good? Yeah. It's a good car. You will never spoil that engine. It's 2.4 liters in a small body. Your engine and it gets spoiled in the Harriers. But with this car, it's literally impossible to spoil it. So it's a good buy. Go ahead and buy. But it's going to consume a little fuel. It depends what environment you want to live in. Renting in town wouldn't cut it for me. Are you sure, JK? I think it would. For me, it would. Because for me, it doesn't really make sense for me to live far away from town if I'm renting. Then I'd rather get money and build a home. Joshua Akuzemu, look, if you're a follower of this channel, we give you a right thing. Blade is a good car if you need, but a jakuta kutulam. Talk about getting a loan car from a bond. Is it good or you can use? It depends on what you want. If you want a new car and you have small money and the bond has allowed to give you a car on credit, go and get it. Just make sure you can pay. Don't get a car just out of, let me get a car on loan. JK. Hey, JK. Guy yango moro kasinza na kumwera bila. I can never. And I think he gave me motivation to buy my own car. And I decided I would never be there ngasina motoka. I don't think, and I don't think anyone should be there ngataina motoka. Guys, I've told you here several times, asagala kunyamba because omuntu bwakuyamba abanga alina kyakuwoze okitegeera nze saagala kunyamba. But I think it's because I've been helped literally all my life. I was an orphan at 2 years, so remember then that guy, people are doing it as a favor. They don't do it because you deserve it. Like my kids, they deserve the things I give them because tebasara okujja munsi muno, and that's one of the reasons why the choices you make right now to keep alive are very important. Nadala ng'olina abaana, because abaana abo no one is going to give them what you give them. Everyone else will be akakana mukayambe. I can't forget nagenda mulumbe sometime mchana akana kano kakula kale nali manyi kagenda kufa. You guys, that statement came out of a person from my father's side. I don't. My kids, I'm going to try as much as possible to stay healthy, stay alive. I see them through campus. They bagende which tegera but aniko kubeera. Heath Moses, good morning. As a person who is enthusiastic with events, I definitely need a car. Mr. Arthur Walai, there is no way I would get a client and I take a boda or a taxi unless I got traffic in this business. Yeah, literally most businesses you need a car. For presentability, you don't want to go to a person naku say that because you're in a border. I remember there's a person that bought a car, he's an engineer, nagaba no. But client, omusaba diri ya milioni 15 ojidde ku boda, oluma yagala kukuwaako nkaaga, ng'ojidde ku boda ng'anoonya ne bwazikuwa talaba. Because food wasn't really, I just wanted the guy to see me that I went. Otherwise, era bwe yangamba asa saakulabye anda babali emmere be yalaba bonna baaliwo nga balya ebifaananyi ku mukolo nga ndiyo ne best man we. Atta, what's the name of the system you just deployed? We need a system for our business. I'm using Zoho. It's called Zoho. Yeah, but there is also Odo. Odo is cheaper, but I find that their interface is not as friendly as Zoho. And Zoho is more international than Odo and international things. And then with Zoho, I'm using Zoho 1, which is a collection of all those things. Now, Zoho 1, you can even personalize bichi bichi. And then Zoho 1 has a dealer here who I know personally. Kubaba dad somesa marketing at CIM. Triple M, Bashir Mkalas, what's up? Starch, if you have 15 million budget, you can buy your own car. Loan enough pressure. Morning, Arthur. Losing weight is simple, Arthur. Just start forex trading. Timothy, how does forex trading make you lose weight? May I find that if you want to lose weight, buy Volkswagen, buy Mercedes Benz, buy Nissan X-Trail, buy Moroka Chawendari, buy a Kayongeza. It's the Moroka, you can cut weight, I'm telling you. Also, just eat enough to feel good and function well. I no longer eat to feel satisfied. I'm on a calorie deficit. Me, I eat to be satisfied. But these days, with the amount of work, obudde obufuluma ogenda okufuna ekyokulya bubula, but nze njagala nnyo okulya okukkuta okitegeera. But of course I drink a lot of water. Mugisha Fred, I have a 1995 RAV4 that is due for retirement. My wife likes Toyota RAV4. You're going to retire it, or buy it who is going to retire? What RAV4 would you recommend? Right now, if you're buying a RAV4, I would recommend the second generation. If you buy a 2-liter one, it's good. Besigensi Kenneth, Chiza gwe oli mubede, buy cars between 1.5cc to 1.8. Fielder, Wish, Noah, Valvematic. What you had was a backline sound system, but as a person who was a DJ, now becoming an events planner and manager, though still abroad working to get capital, I insist that it's good benefit. Yeah, there are people that I know that have done sound, but most of the people that I know that have done sound have actually gotten out of it. I'm telling you as a fact. Sound system, most people that I know that have done sound have gotten out of it. I'm telling you. It's sound system can't, I find that it can't work alone. You need to give a combo of services to a person. You do, that's why the Events Warehouse, Elvis Sechanzi, those guys, that's why they are there. I know tents, I know decoration, I know whatever, I know lighting and stage, which they have a combination of things. So wagata wati, I ngeri jabi gata. But if it's only sound, which I did have, and it wasn't just backline starch. I had real sound. Omukoro gujula. And I find that there are businesses that work together with others. Like it's like buying a truck for business. A truck does right now. A truck will not work alone. For you to have a truck or kubango in a business and that is complementing, like a furniture business, like a hardware, okitegera nti bweba tekola nawo ogikozesa. Okitegera. So I find that the people that have basically had sound system work for them are inaye bala. Like Abe Muchibi has a sound system, but he also has a theater. Okitegeera nti sound system yo webatekola ku mikolo erimu theater ngeikola, you get. So you, but that's how I made it out for myself. There are people still that would make money out of it, but I find nyina abantu nga basatu bemanyi nga they have sound system nga ate ba broker battaka nga kwegamba gattagata ebintu bingi nga wano ku sound okatasobola kumalako. Okitegeera yeah, the newer Valmatic is actually 2 liters. Toddy Ronald, yeah, happy Census Day. Toddy, you're really saying happy Census Day. Tari Samuel, hi. Ben Kako, viral moments, hi. Arthur, if you are building a dream house which can take you up to 7 to 10 years and building a small 2-bedroom which you can afford, which one is better? Joseph, I find that I can build a house that will take me 7 to 10 years and start by building the 2 rooms of that house. Right? Like you have the entire plan drawn out and then you decide which 2 rooms to start with. And then as you get money, you start ngogatako. That's how you pay mortgage in Africa or in Uganda. Get the entire plan approved. Until you will take the 7 to 10 years. And by the time you're done building the house, when you compare with people that are renting houses of 800, 600, because right now, it depends on what you do. A house that that's a 2-bedroom. Good morning, Derek Lule, Toddy Ronald. Guys, like the broadcast. You guys are 50. We have only 22 likes. Why did RAV4 1.8cc vanish from the scene so fast? I see people buy 2-liter. Vanguards are even 2.4. The 1.8-liter RAV4s, the engines actually have a little glitch. The 1.8-liter RAV4s, the engines have a glitch until the engine is not as strong as people want it to be. So blowing it is not that hard. And I'm telling you this because we have done inspection on RAV4s, and majority of the RAV4s that are 1.8, you find the engine is not good. So the 1.8-liter RAV4s, the engines have that thing. Yet 2-liter is just good. 2.4 is okay. Those engines give you enough power. So guys, today's question Friday. See na comment some. Yeah, that's the thing with doing broadcast when I'm in one position. Yeah. Then we are also introducing a 1-week you'd call it content marketing course. It's not really social media, it's content marketing, because I've realized majority of people that want to do social media want to actually do organic social media, and that's what content actually does. All inclusive. What do you mean all inclusive? Like 2.5 ngomwa sound na china. But anyway, me, I would never go back to that thing. Let me give you an example. The place where we hire our cameras, those guys have small tiny speakers, and those tiny speakers for guys that do weddings, those tiny speakers, like they are Bluetooth woofers, they are huge. They are small, but they give a huge sound output. A function of about 100 people, 150, which is where the weddings we are going to start doing. Kumbage yange tosubira kubera kuna bantu bitano baji tubera ka bantu atano bantu 10. The wedding is done, and that woofer will definitely work. Kazoba, I never call people to subscribe. It doesn't come natural to me to ask people to subscribe or to ask people to even like the broadcast. Simanyi lwaki tekijja naturally Kazoba. But guys, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. I don't know why it doesn't come natural to me. I find I think because I have a background that believes that if someone finds value in what you give, somehow they know. If you watch a YouTube channel and you like what they give you, you subscribe. You get. That's why when you go to my TikTok account, for example, TikTok is the easier thing to show you from. I have like right now I follow 6 accounts, but a week from now you can find when I'm following 100, and then a week later I find when I'm following 2. If your channel is giving me value at that time, I follow it so that I keep getting every video you do. But the moment you stop giving me videos, I unfollow you, and then I follow someone else. You get it? Because if you give value, then people will definitely follow you. And then TikTok has an option where you can just subscribe to hashtags, and then the hashtag will keep giving you the content. Because like sometimes I subscribe to Vusi Thambekeo, the guys that know him, and then other times I don't, because I'm taking up space that he doesn't give me the videos that as much as I need. Arthur, how much are you selling your car alarms? My car alarms are 210,000 shillings, including installation. I'm good at Tiaku Samuel. Yeah, Tiaku, it's a long time. Yeah, how are you? Talema Samuel, good morning. Arthur, what do you think about hidden roof house? Jenjagara, I have a hidden roof house. But I find that the hidden roof house, right now we have challenges with builders. Majority of Ugandan builders bakapere. And that's the biggest problem. But I find that if you find a good one that knows how to roof the hidden roof, it's very good value for money. The water, okay, they are full right now, and yet it doesn't rain that much. So with Mwamba, it would be very hard. It would cost you a lot more to collect that water. But with hidden roof, just one gutter, the water goes to your tanks. You get. So it has a lot of advantages. The first advantage is saving in terms of roofing. You use the normal silver iron sheets. You save money there. But it can also be costly if you get a bad roofer, like what I got in the beginning. I got like 3 bad roofers. They kept doing it. You get. So if you keep getting the bad roofers, it will be much more costly than Mwamba. But if you get a good roofer, it's the best. But also, Mwamba with bad finishing, you can pass. Hidden roof with bad finishing, that's why I had my plan redone. My plan had to be redone like 2 times. I did the first plan that came from the architect, and then the engineer read the plan poorly. He didn't do certain corners. So I got one of the engineers here. For the guys that don't know him on TikTok, just search for Raleigh Contractors. That guy, I helped him buy a fielder. I inspected his fielder for him. He's still driving the fielder up to now. And he redid the entire house design for me, and I love it. So on the exterior, he's doing the interior plans now, 3D plans. I want to do everything on plan. So he redid a 3D plan for my house. He came and visited, took pictures, took measurements, and went and I'm impressed by what he did. And now I'm going to do everything according to that plan. He even put a jacuzzi for me somewhere. He demarcated the planning. He gave me the fence plan, the green, although I don't like green. Okay, I like green, but I don't like green brings snakes. I don't like snakes. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But he redid the entire 3D planning. I find that hidden roof is good if you have a very good 3D plan that ngatogenda kuyi anti ataba zimbi wajeo katekewa no ka design wano. You get it? I don't have it on Google. I'll share my house plan, the 3D version that this guy did for me. It's there on Raleigh Contractors, the TikTok account. He put it there, and he did a very good. Nanda gabuli chimunga bwe chino kubeera in places. That's the good thing with architects these days. Move kuba architect abakuba bubu plan obwe chimpatira. You need to get a 3D plan that shows you exactly what you want, and you say, okay, and now I'm impressed. The original plan was good, architect Jayampa, but this is better. Wachitegeera. So hidden roof is okay. Mwamba is easier. Mwamba will never leak. Mwamba will never have trouble of Simanya gutters have been badly done. Yeah. But I find that Mwamba, you need to buy the really good iron sheets, kateguranga mulunji. And then the low Mwamba, sorry Mwamba gobawanika uembarara. But the Mwamba that is low looks really nice. Yeah. But even Mwamba, you need a very good plan. Good morning, Derek Lule. I need to get my retired father a humble 3.5 million. If your father, get him a Chibina or Caldina. Those are the cars. or Ipsum. Those are the 3 cars that you should look at. Ipsum, but Ipsum consumption, Chibina consumption, Caldina, all of them that consumption. But those are the cars that I find that your dad, even a Gaia, the Gaia would actually do. Gaia is comfortable inside, and that I think that's the thing that people love. And the people in the villages never feel fuel consumption because they never find jam. The biggest reason why the people in Kampala struggle with fuel consumption is because of the jam. Neka vitsa kasisi rukumi mu jam kakunywa. So buy him a Gaia. The Gaia is good. And if 5 million Gaia inzo jifuna ku million mukaga musanvu enungi. But Gaia, Ipsum, Chibina, Caldina, Chikumi will be small, won't be as comfortable for your dad. So buy him a Caldina, Chibina, Ipsum, or Gaia, what other car there? Those are the cars. And if you buy him like a Caldina, Caldina doesn't die. Caldina doesn't, and yet Caldina also is very comfortable. At a Caldina, you can even get it at, if you go deep in the villages, you can get a Caldina at like 4. And those cars that I've told you, they are the cars that will have a bad engine and still move for 10 years. The engine just change oil. Arthur, do you know anyone who teaches and trains people with computer online? What do you mean? To learn computer, just buy a laptop. You'll teach yourself. Just buy a laptop. Question report Arthur, you skipped my comment. Let me find it. Let me find it. Obey Wuze. Arthur, please comment some cars of budget of 15 for a first time car by low maintenance. Vitz, Fan Cargo, Sienta. Alex is hard to find, but you could find it. There are those cars, Fan Cargo, Vitz, Sienta. But you get the point. If you're looking for low consumption. Triple M, on your question. Arthur, I am back, but unfortunately we have found an empty account. Yet our mission period is over. Tebanda basasula. Sorry about that, man. Sorry about that. For the guys that don't know, Triple M is in the army. He's in the army. Sorry, man. He's in the army. So abadali yo mission ngabali mukuba masasi. Sorry, man. Never get that battle irako. Mulinda, I think you have to wait for June now. See what chiba, like they read the budget and then they release the money and then they pay you. Nenga chibi, man. At 18 million, can I get a good space or a nice room? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Arthur, please recommend Nkuzezemu Isaac. Motoka chawo bulala. O izo nofuna deburakitisa o paso osobola ate bofuna Vitz old model oba ofuna ngeri na mu UB bulungi nnyo nga mpya bupya. Oyinza nofuna new model Vitz ngeri mu UB. Ne Vitz new model ngeri mu UB ebera mmiri nga 17 18. Yes. Triple M, did the money get stolen or batebanda kusasula? Me, I'm imagining tebanda bakuteka hotels sent. Triple M, what happened? Bashir, checha abao. Tebanda basasula or banka yabieko sentezo. Will you compare a Forester to RAV4? I find that if you're comparing a RAV4 to a Forester by a Forester, the Forester is much more comfortable than RAV4s. But the maintenance of the Forester is higher than the RAV4. Hi, Arthur. Karevuka visitor katutere yubanange visitor footage yo mulina nyenda kasayo. Can I adjust the sensitivity of your alarm myself? Yes, the sensitivity thing they put in the car somewhere. But mine is really sensitive. You just kanobo kongeza. You can just find where that sensor is. Would you recommend Nua Valvematic for a starter? Yes, as long as you can afford it. The Nua is a very good car. Gwe Bashiri, sente babako nzire obate banazisayo. I thought about this sente banateka you won't take. What happened? Guys, question Friday, 1 hour. Jagara basi bulange nenkwasaganye ku mirimu. Banange nyine deadlines impetitive. Nyina deadlines impetitive. 1 hour babuze ebibuuzo ebisembayo mu bibuuze tuve wano ate tugende batubale naye bwe batambala leero olowooza banaddamu ananda bakompozi nga bankutte ku weekend ate enkya nyinako inspection I think so kati enkya tebajja kundabako during the week go tebagenda kundabako no matter what. Arthur on TikTok emphasized men to learn how to drive. What prompted you to make the video? Council Patrick, let me find it, JK. I found a man in his 30s being taught how to drive by another man in a driving school vehicle. People should learn how to drive when they are young. 10, 12. I'm going to teach them how to drive. So that by the time they're 18, they're just getting driving licenses and then watch the gate. Nechiyenje nasa chitufu. Gaya, chirabika bubi nnyo. JK, let me find the comment. Eriwa. JK, you're saying this one of the newer Valvematic, eh? The newer Valvematic being 1.1 that's 2 liter basically. Ye yogamba JK, Joshua Baba Deba kugamba the newer Valvematic is 2 liter. But I find that instead of buying a Wish, gulamun nuwa omuntu yenna if you can afford both, instead of buying a Wish, buy a Nuwa. I would do the same. But you see, the Nuwa and the Wish have some of them, but the Wish gives better mileage because the Wish has a smaller body. How long is your marketing course at CIM? CIM, we have Okola levels, Katins and Okola level 4, 6, and then Okola 6 and 7. So every paper, you do it for like 2 months, I think, every paper. But you know the thing that stops from doing CIM is the cost. Every paper, because you pay the center and then you pay CIM. And then, yeah, paper and every level has 3 papers, which take it. So I'm done with level 4 now. I'm on level 6, and then I'll do level 7. So you can do CIM even for 5 years, because some people do one paper. Me, I do two papers. Why? Because I want to do this thing and get it out of the way. Which take it. I do two papers, and then of course with CIM you never stop learning, because you keep going back for more knowledge. You keep going back for more knowledge, because every time, like now they're introducing something called MATEC, marketing technology. Yeah, so that's something I did not cover. So now after I'm done with level 7, I'll have to go back and cover MATEC. Which now CIM is basically it's like the engineer's board. You have to keep going back for better training so that you know what to do with your marketing. Which take it, and then the more papers you do, then the more seniority you are. Yeah, and like that. Yeah, but me, I just want to go and learn. And the goal is to have a PhD by the time I'm 42. PhD. Now I'm Peter Dr. Chiseng. PhD by 42. I want to do level 7 next year, then do research for my master's. Then get done with research, then publish like a book and four peer reviews, peer articles, and then go for my PhD, which I'll do for like 3 years. And then by the time I'm 42, I have a PhD. A debate is here: monster car with kid car, or one classic car to serve as family car daily issues. What do you mean? Basically, me, I don't believe in those big cars. I don't believe in big cars. I believe in just having a car that does the job. Like if you're a couple, it would reach a time when you need 2 cars, definitely. Like I find that time for me and Mama Aban is coming very soon. Now, we don't literally drive 2 cars every day, but it will come to a time when she needs to go somewhere and I don't want to go, or I need to keep a car at home and I don't want her to take borders or a taxi. So that means time will come when we need 2 cars. Which take it. Say hi. Arthur, how is the Sienta hybrid? I see so many of them on the road in Hong Kong. Hey, Hong Kong. Here in Uganda, people have not really embraced hybrids. because the people that have trouble with hybrids are too many, and I suspect there are people that get trouble with hybrids even when they are new in the first year. And then we don't have specialized garages for hybrids. Specialized garage hybrids, then people would start buying them. So we do a partnership a hybrid garage, and then I'll be the director marketing and then you'll be the director operations, and then we share kadeka money. Of course tuina kola paperwork ngali straight tukolera abantu garage hybrid so that they yeah, people, you guys, we should embrace hybrids. Tugenda okudda UN bemaze okukwasa abakama baffe omusimbi naye ate okutusasula kuba kwa bulumi nkitegeera maani Bashiri Joshua Ndozo kitegedde sente bannazisaayo bussa. Banki za Uganda by the way tezibba nnyo sente. I've not seen someone whose money was just stolen just like that. Of course, banks in Uganda, I'm scared of getting loans in the bank because I'm telling you, the last time I got a loan from Equity, the loans officer, who I'm sorry if he's watching this because I realized so many people watch for the love of cars. If you're watching, brother, I'm really sorry. But the loans officers, they come to your property because they have to take pictures of you. Nobody banga bagitunulira yaabwe okitegeera ndoza babanga bagamba gwe watch wafuna properties zino ngojjo okwewola. So I'm really scared, and over the stories that we hear of loans officers conniving with whoever to take your property, I'm really scared. Okitegeera, yeah. Tesla and the Range Rover 2024, which would you recommend? Range Rovers are not recommendable cars, Kasajja. Buy a Tesla, it's definitely better. It's definitely better. What we need to learn is that once you are on to debate on what car to get, then think of a car not as a luxury but a necessity. So go for something that keeps you going. Amina Odongo. Antonio ali mukusoma hybrid. Twetagayo garage ekola concentrating on hybrid wano. And because I'm not a mechanic, I can work with a mechanic to set up something that helps people. But we definitely need a specialized hybrid garage in Kampala. We don't have one. We don't. So people that have hybrids keep going to the normal garages where people don't know what to do with the hybrids, and that's why the things get spoiled. Yeah, guys, Question Friday. Thank you for the suggestions. Thank you for the questions. And Joshua and JK, thank you for answering. And Odongo, thank you guys for always keeping this place lively. I don't take it for granted. The guys that are in Kamori, I also don't take it for granted. The guys that share my content, don't take it for granted. The guys that tell people to subscribe, guys, thank you very much. Guys, keep subscribing. If you're watching this live broadcast and you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Today I'm going to put a video for you. Muyombia Mark, Antonio Random Things, Sereko Starch, to see me Eddie, Nathan, Galashi Joshua Mixed Farm, Nathan, Sebogwao Medi, Chris Da Vinci, Ronald Mucho, Antonio Chiza, Sebogwao Medi, Tunaire Rogers, Muyombia Mark, Joseph Bali Kudembe, Africa Karota, Jeff K. Arts, Nick Waboyi, Bernard Odongo, Solomon Awar, Trivor Like Vlog, Balvids, Anthony Chiza, Sereko Starch.
This is not a flesh and blood human being, but a digital person.
You guys, this video has played itself.
As a spokesperson for Ukraine's Ministry for Foreign Affairs.
This is an AI, but it looks real. I don't know why it started playing. It wasn't supposed to start playing now. Is it necessary? Okay, that's Joseph Bali Kudembe, Katz Dadon, Godfrey Tambala, Deep in Coffee, JK, Bukenya Abe, Sebugwao Medi, Solomon Awar, Adams, Nathan, Rogers, Josh, Edwin Mugerwa, Fred and Life Stories, Luke, King Daniels, Besigensi, Kenneth, Heath Moses, Bashir Mukara's Triple M, Sente zigenda kujja Bashir, Vera Mugumu, Timothy Wodiana, Mugisha Fred, Toddy Ronald, Tade Samuel, Ben Kako, Viral Moments, Derek Lule, Kanso Patrick Asiku, Atiaku, Samuel Kazoba BL. Thank you guys for being here. Banange, I do conceited. Tebanambala conceited. I hadn't seen your comment. Sorry. Tebanambala, they have not yet counted me. I'm waiting for them. Jita Jero, Senkindu John, Matembe Abdul Nasa, sorry. Matembe Abdul Solomon Namuli, Besigensi Kenneth, okay. Saith Kagaba, Andrew Nsubuga, Hatha, how is the saying? Okay, Nkuzem. Jonga Kasaja. Sebo, Mr. Arthur, singa wanguza ebyuma, but by then I had no money. Though you are right, you need a subsidiary passive income aside. Now, trust me, there's some money in that business. Say it's Team SUV all the way. I don't know, maybe my love for the SUVs will come. But right now, I think I'm at a level where it's still, okay, does this take me where I want to go? If it gets me to where I want to go, I think Mama Abani, I got SUVs. And if there will ever be an SUV in my home, it will be Mama Aban's SUV. Me, I'm team, do I get to where I want to go? I find that, okay, one reason I'm not an SUV person is that I find that it's a lot of responsibility. Bobakusango vuga SUV, they expect you to, but in my small car, I'm a normal person. I don't want that too much responsibility. I have enough responsibility in the places where I work. So I don't want more responsibility on the road. Okay, of course I have responsibility, but with that big car, no. I think that's why those guys put bull bars in the off-road, because responsibility no, it's a lot of responsibility. Your potential CEO, Mr. JK, how I wish you buy big machines for events. You jolly in Enkwa Center every month as a company. Only the JK. Ne JK kubantu abamukozeko emikolo. JK bamukolako emikolo bamulimisa entangawuzi n'afiirwa miliyoni 3 alitya. But by investor tekibagana ku investing abantu bali e Kampala nga kasaba sasula. Wano waliwo ya investing mu kigegeye mu asset. At least that's one person I know that invested at least in transport and is still getting his money. Guys, I wish you a very lovely day. Thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. I'll see you tomorrow evening. Hopefully, if the inspection tomorrow happens, yeah, then I'll tell you the story of the inspection. In Chatula Katugena Kunonya Subaru Forester, Kabudget Cafe Katono Kali between 15 and 20 million. Yeah. So if it happens tomorrow, I'll be giving you an update. It's one of the guys here. I've been engaging with him for some time. So he decided that tomorrow he's ready. He has options that we're going to look at, and we will choose an option there. But the guys that are in Kamori, guys, tewera bila kuwa bantu video ba subscribing, bawe content na mulabe. And of course, if you find that something doesn't work out properly on the channel, you can always inbox me on WhatsApp and tell me, you know what, I think you should change this. Yeah, but there are things that might not be able to change right now, like the setting where I do the videos, because we do the live broadcasts normally in the morning as I drive to work. And literally I find that this is really easy to do these broadcasts. Yeah, I'm going to upload a video today. I don't know what video. I have like a number of videos in my PC. I just have to choose which one to upload, and I hopefully in time I'm planning to actually hire like an editor full time, because we have a lot of content that, because this person keeps editing and then sending, it takes time. But if I have someone there, moving into, of course, we are working on other contents and a batch of other content that we would need that person for as well. So, hybrid caster omanya power battery. Teri kuba, what's that? 3-phase ekuta. Caster omanya power battery weri kuba 3-phase ekuta. Oh, okay. Sikutegedde Joshua Kadem. Nsede ko starch Jeke wagundi wa real estate yabagamba wano agenda ku investing mu mataka mu apartments eyo jagenda okitegira ene wala bamukozeko emikolo miyitirivu mu real estate mukama namukolerako mikolo okitegira, and I find that everyone I know bamukoleddeko emikolo wajatayinza kudda nze siyinza kulima okitegira. I'm in entertainment, but I don't think sound system is my cup of tea also. I would not go that direction. I buy the small things that we need, but I don't think I would invest like 15 to 20 million to 30 million in sound system. No. But I also find that even real estate, I would invest in real estate, but not the direction everyone is taking. But in real estate, direction you're taking, which again, I don't find that I'd be the apartment kind of person. I'd take a totally different path with real estate, and which is already what I already started doing prototypes on. Yeah. But guys, mukama bawo mukisa. Thank you very much for being here. I wish you a very good census day. Abata nava wakate muva mulinde ku bajeba babale. Nze already bakola da pre census here. They phoned me home. They took my details. And they said, but we'll come back to count. Which together. Before you tamper with a hybrid, first know where its power battery is. Disconnect and apply safety lock. Oh, okay. Guys, I wish you a very lovely day. May God bless you. See you tomorrow evening. Ciao.